Last of the connective tissues is the one that seems the least like a connective tissue, and it's called blood, and it's the only fluid connective tissue that you guys are learning. The matrix of blood is about 90% water. So it is a circulating tissue, which also seems kind of strange. But why is it a connective tissue at all? Well, because it's derived from mesenchyme, like all the connective tissues are. It's actually a connective tissue that's made by another connective tissue because it's actually made from primarily the red bone marrow. And it has cells, like all tissues do. And it's got matrix, but the matrix is mostly water. And it's also got fragments of cells in it. So let's just look at the blood. Now, there's tons of detail you can learn about blood. But right now, we're just learning the basic histology of blood, not the details of blood. So first thing is when you look at it, you can see that there are a couple of different kinds of things that you can identify. Of course, here, right here, that's the matrix area, which we call plasma. Blood plasma is the fluid matrix of blood. And then there are two cells and one type of cell fragment within blood. The most abundant cells that you are going to see are these guys right here that are really, really uniform. They usually are red because of their hemoglobin. Those are called erythrocytes. Erythro means red. And their primary job is gas transport around the body. They are those biconcave discs that you might have seen. They kind of look like a donut without the hole pushed all the way out. And when they're mature, they have no nucleus. The other types of cells, if you see a cell with a nucleus in here, like this one or this one, these are leukocytes. Those are white blood cells. And they don't all look alike because there's 5 different types of leukocytes, and then there's some subtypes as well. Big picture understanding, leukocytes are primarily for defense and immunity. They're also involved in allergic reactions. We'll look at some more of those in a couple more slides. And then last but not least are these little guys that are way smaller than erythrocytes. Those are called thrombocytes or platelets. And those are actually not whole cells. They're actually derived from whole cells, but they're cell fragments. And their primary job is to initiate blood clotting. Blood clotting is really complicated, but these guys get it all started. So let's look at a couple of different slides of blood. So here's another one of blood. Hopefully you will feel comfortable identifying what these are. These are, of course, erythrocytes, right? And this big one with the nucleus is going to be a leukocyte, which is a white blood cell. How about all of these little guys that are smaller than red blood cells? Those are thrombocytes. So let's look at another one. Again, not all the leukocytes look the same, and they're not the same. But for right now, you get to just identify them as leukocytes. These are leukocytes with nuclei. These abundant ones are erythrocytes, and then these little guys are thrombocytes. And so blood at this level of knowledge is pretty easy. There's a lot that could be going on with blood, but for right now, we just want you to have the basic understanding of what's going on with blood. And that's it for blood.